Why Solo Sikoa forced Jacob Fatu to relinquish his title? Tony Khan and AEW are making a huge mistake by signing Ricochet. Ronda Rousey never ever cared about wrestling. LA Knight finally bashes his match with Bray Wyatt. Alexa Bliss's WWE Return close. The WWE honored Olympian Simone Biles. During SmackDown, Braun Strowman pays tribute to Bray Wyatt on the one-year anniversary of his passing. The WWE's plans for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns versus The Rock no longer happening at WrestleMania 41, and more. Let's dive right in. Tony Khan and AEW are making a huge mistake by signing Ricochet. Tony Khan is rumored to have snatched up another former WWE superstar for his AEW roster, catching fans by surprise. However, a veteran thinks this may not prove to be a good decision from a business perspective. The reported signing, Ricochet, is one of the most well-known high flyers in pro wrestling currently. Since his departure from the Stamford-based promotion earlier this year, fans have questioned whether he would be joining AEW next. His in-ring skill and fast-paced moveset have certainly caught the eye of Tony Khan, if rumors are to be believed. However, former WWE head writer Vince Russo thinks signing Ricochet does not help AEW much. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's writing with Russo about the Jacksonville-based company's dwindling ratings and ticket sales, he noted that the reported new signing wouldn't change the issues the promotion had been facing lately. Is Ricochet gonna put one more butt in a seat? Or is he gonna sell one more ticket? Do you think Tony Khan even asks himself that question? Or he is such a mark for the guy that he basically just says, "Okay, bro, tell me what you want, and I will send the contract home," he stated. Despite Ricochet being incredibly talented in his own right, Bill Apter is worried about him getting lost in the mid-card in AEW. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine show hosted by Mac Davis, the veteran explained that Ricochet joining TNA would have been better, considering the promotion's recent collaboration with WWE. He was afraid that the 35-year-old could get lost in the mid-card category in All Elite Wrestling. If he goes into TNA, he's eventually going to go back into WWE because they are like a direct line now to NXT, which would be okay. But I think if he goes to AEW, he's going to get lost in the mid-card. I hate to say it. He's a great worker, but he's going to get lost in the mid-card, he said. Ronda Rousey never ever cared about wrestling. Ronda Rousey left WWE after her bout against Shayna Baszler at SummerSlam last year, but there are many people who also believes that Rousey simply didn't care about wrestling, and that includes a former WWE personality. During Pro Wrestling Revolver's Unreal event last year, Ronda Rousey and Marina Shafir squared off against Athena and Billie Starkz in tag team match. However, that wasn't her only appearance, as she made her ROH debut back in November in one-off match, and she hasn't competed in a ring since then. While speaking on the Wrestling Time Machine, WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long shared his thoughts on Ronda Rousey, mentioning that he had the chance to speak with her once and found her to be very nice. However, he also felt that there was something about Rousey that suggested she didn't fully care about wrestling. Long observed that it seemed like she couldn't completely put her heart into the sport. He speculated that Rousey may have come into wrestling with a certain mindset, possibly expecting to be accepted based on her previous accomplishments, but noted that wrestling is a different world altogether. I did speak to her one time, I think. Got a chance to talk to her, so she is really nice. But there was just always something about her to me that I think that she just didn't care about wrestling. Really, can't really put her heart into it. You know what I mean? I think she came in, maybe, what she knew who she was, and I think that's how she thought she was supposed to be accepted. But wrestling is totally different. Ronda Rousey already made it clear that she would consider making return to WWE under Triple H's regime, so it remains to be seen what Rousey will do in the end, as anything is possible. Do you believe Ronda Rousey never really cared about professional wrestling? LA Knight finally bashes his match with Bray Wyatt. LA Knight had the unfortunate honor of being Bray Wyatt's last opponent before Wyatt's untimely passing last year. They faced each other in a pitch-black match, which was widely panned, and Knight has admitted that the match was not great for him. At the 2023 Royal Rumble, Bray Wyatt and LA Knight faced off in the much-anticipated pitch-black match. The arena was plunged into darkness, with only the ring illuminated, adding to the intense atmosphere. Wyatt amplified the eerie vibe by wearing neon colors, which created an even more unsettling ambience. The match was a hard-fought battle, with Wyatt ultimately securing the win with a powerful Sister Abigail. Many absolutely hated the match, with some deeming it pure garbage. During Fanatics Live at Fanatics Fest, WWE US champion LA Knight talked about his career with Big E and Tyler Breeze, reflecting on the pitch black match against Bray Wyatt at the 2023 Royal Rumble. He mentioned the challenges of limited visibility, as most things came at him unexpectedly, and he admitted that the match was not great for him. Despite the difficulties, and it not being his best match, Knight emphasized that he's focused on moving forward. Well, look, you can't see half of anything. Yes, some things were glowing in there, which gives you, I guess, a little bit of a heads up, if you will, a little bit of a visual. But, for the most part, things were coming at you from nowhere. So, very difficult. Obviously, not a great match for me, not a great night for me, but onward and upward. Nevertheless, Bray Wyatt's legacy will endure eternally in the hearts of his family and devoted fans despite the pitch black match. His profound influence on the wrestling world will be celebrated for generations, ensuring that his memory remains cherished and respected. What did you think of the pitch black match from last year? Do you feel Bray Wyatt deserved a better match? Alexa Bliss's WWE Return close. After taking a break from WWE to focus on motherhood, Alexa Bliss has hinted at a possible return, sparking excitement among fans. Bliss, who has been absent since January 2023, recently shared a gif of Taylor Swift with the caption, "Are you ready for it?" on social media. This teaser has led many to speculate that Bliss could be gearing up for a comeback, although no specific date has been announced yet. Her last match was against Bianca Belair for the WWE Raw Women's title at the 2023 Royal Rumble. Bliss's potential return has fans buzzing, especially as she might be linked with future storylines, possibly involving the Wyatt Six, given her previous connections. As of now, the exact timing of her comeback remains unknown, but fans are hopeful it will be soon. Stay tuned for more updates on Bliss's status and what her return could mean for WWE's women's division. What do you think about Alexa Bliss's possible return to WWE? How would you like to see her come back? Share your thoughts in the comments. The WWE honored Olympian Simone Biles. During SmackDown, on the August 23rd edition of SmackDown, WWE stars Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Naomi, collectively known as the Big Three, paid tribute to Olympian Simone Biles. They wore vibrant outfits inspired by Biles' gymnastics attire for their match against the Unholy Union, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn, and Blair Davenport. The match saw Belair, Cargill, and Naomi secure a victory, with Naomi pinning Davenport after a split-legged moonsault. Fans appreciated this nod to Biles, showcasing the trio's respect and admiration for the Olympian. Were you able to notice the Big Three's homage to Simone Biles on SmackDown? Share your thoughts in the comments. Braun Strowman pays tribute to Bray Wyatt on the one-year anniversary of his passing. On the one-year anniversary of Bray Wyatt's passing, Braun Strowman paid a heartfelt tribute to his late friend. Strowman shared a video on Instagram featuring moments with Wyatt, accompanied by a touching message. "Not a day goes by I don't think about you." Strowman, who previously got a tattoo in memory of Wyatt, expressed the deep loss felt by Wyatt's absence. Wyatt, who returned to WWE at Extreme Rules in 2022, left an indelible mark on the wrestling world, creating lasting memories and a legacy that will never be forgotten. Bray Wyatt's passing left a void in WWE, one that is felt deeply by fans and fellow wrestlers. His unique character and captivating storylines have ensured that his influence continues to resonate within the wrestling community. Strowman's tribute highlights the profound impact Wyatt had, not just as a performer, but as a friend and a beloved figure in the WWE family. What do you think of Braun Strowman's touching tribute to Bray Wyatt on this significant anniversary? Share your thoughts in the comments. A title defense in the works for WWE Bad Blood. WWE is bringing back one of its classic events, Bad Blood, later this year, marking its return after 2 decades. Traditionally known for featuring Hell in a Cell matches, Bad Blood promises to bring intense action, including a highly anticipated showdown between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, which could culminate in a trilogy. Additionally, Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker is set to defend his title at the event. During the latest episode of Raw, General Manager Adam Pearce revealed that a tournament would soon begin to determine Breaker's next challenger. While Breaker expressed frustration, feeling that Pearce's decision was holding him back, he remains confident about defeating whoever wins the tournament. The winner will face Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship at Bad Blood, scheduled to take place in Atlanta, Georgia, on October 5, 2024. Cody Rhodes, the undisputed WWE champion, has also been featured in the promo for Bad Blood. Rhodes, a native of Georgia, has hyped up the event, stating, "Atlanta has always influenced culture. We are still Bad Street, USA. Morehouse College brought Metro to Atlanta at a young age, and he's carried the baton for Atlanta ever since. Bad Blood could be the biggest premium live event since WrestleMania, and we have some surprises in store for the city, Cody Rhodes said. Rhodes will first defend his championship against Kevin Owens at the upcoming Bash in Berlin before turning his attention to Bad Blood. The WWE's plans for Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 41. Seth Rollins has been away from WWE due to injuries, but big plans seem to be in place for his return. Following his return to WWE, CM Punk has been a major figure, engaging in a feud with Drew McIntyre. However, another significant rivalry brewing is between Rollins and Punk. After Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, Rollins made it clear he has issues with him. Initially, it was expected that Rollins and Punk would face off at WrestleMania 40, but due to Punk's injury, those plans changed. Now, according to WRKD Wrestling, there are rumors that Seth Rollins versus CM Punk might finally happen at WrestleMania 41. Before that, Rollins needs to settle scores with Bronson Reed, the man who took him out of action. After costing Rollins a win at SummerSlam, Reed attacked him unprovoked, putting him on the sidelines. While fans anticipate a heated feud with Punk, Rollins first has unfinished business with Reed once he returns from injury. For now, WWE fans are waiting to see when Rollins will make his comeback and how these storylines will unfold. What are your thoughts on Seth Rollins potentially facing CM Punk at WrestleMania 41? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Roman Reigns versus The Rock. No longer happening at WrestleMania 41. Roman Reigns made his return to WWE after losing to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania XL, only to find the Bloodline in chaos. Solo Sikoa, in Reigns' absence, had taken control, removing Jimmy Uso and Paul Heyman, and declaring himself the new tribal chief. This power shift led to speculation about a potential match between Roman Reigns and The Rock at WrestleMania 41. However, according to WRKD Wrestling, this match may not happen. Instead, The Rock might face Cody Rhodes, with the Reigns versus Rock match being pushed to WrestleMania 42. WRKD Wrestling, responding to a fan's question, indicated that a match between The Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 41 is unlikely at this point. Instead, they suggested that The Rock facing Cody Rhodes is a more probable matchup for the upcoming event. This leaves the possibility of Reigns versus The Rock for WrestleMania 42, though with plenty of time before the event, plans could still change. Adding to the intrigue, some fans speculate that The Rock might have played a role in the internal conflict within the Bloodline. Rumors suggest he could be behind the coup led by Solo Sikoa, which has led to Reigns feeling betrayed and marginalized. While this theory is not confirmed, it adds a layer of mystery to the current storyline. With WrestleMania still months away, WWE has time to develop these storylines further. Fans will be watching closely to see how these potential matches and the evolving dynamics within the Bloodline play out. Real reasons why Solo Sikoa forced Jacob Fatu to relinquish his title. Before the Bloodline defended the WWE Tag Team titles against the Street Profits on SmackDown, Solo Sikoa forced Jacob Fatu to relinquish his belt. The fans were shocked by the decision. It was a bit of a curveball as Fatu was part of the duo that won the titles from DIY a few weeks ago. The Samoan werewolf didn't waste time handing the belt to Tonga Loa before hugging his tribal chief. While it was a strange ask right before a huge championship defense, everything worked out as the Bloodline defeated the Street Profits and retained their gold. Sikoa could have demanded Jacob Fatu turn the belt over for one of the next 5 reasons. Number 1. Doing so tests Jacob Fatu's loyalty. A coach or leader can often make strange demands of a player or followers as a test of loyalty. The request can filter out those who cannot follow the rules or obey the orders of the person in charge. Asking the Samoan werewolf to give up a material possession shows that the belt is an object and not as important to Solo as blind devotion. Fatu has shown this to his tribal chief numerous times. Willingly handing over his belt shows that he will do whatever he is asked to do. Solo tested Fatu's resolve and commitment to him on SmackDown, and he passed with flying colors. Number 2. Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa joined the Bloodline before Jacob Fatu. In terms of who joined the group first, Tama Tonga was the first acolyte brought in by Solo Sikoa. A month later, Tonga Loa joined the group. Fatu followed suit as the latest star to join the new version of the Bloodline. Being the first to pledge allegiance to the new tribal chief means they were first, and that is important to some people. Tonga and Loa also have years of experience as a team, so they can serve as the tag team of the Bloodline. The real-life siblings were 7-time IWGP Tag Team Champions in Japan and can continue to win gold as a unit in WWE. Number 3. Recognition as the difference maker of the group. Jacob Fatu is the clear difference maker of the new-look Bloodline. He is the most exciting star and routinely turns the tide in favor of Solo Sikoa's group. Roman Reigns had the upper hand on Solo and Tonga last week, but lost his advantage the second Fatu emerged. Without the Samoan werewolf, Roman Reigns would have bested the tribal heir in 2 straight showdowns. Solo Sikoa recognizes this and wants to keep him fresh for when situations may turn bad. He may also want to keep him humble so he doesn't overshadow the rest of the group or take focus away from the group's leader. Number 4. Another competitor for the singles division on SmackDown. A simple reason for taking the title off Fatu's shoulders is group logistics. Tonga and Loa are a natural tag team and can preside over the SmackDown tag team division. Tama competed in singles action when he first debuted for WWE. Now that someone else can do that, he can pivot to the tag team ranks. Sikoa stated his intentions to bring the undisputed WWE title back to the Bloodline, but he hasn't had nearly the success or career of Roman Reigns. The move frees Jacob Fatu to compete in the singles division and potentially go after LA Knight and the United States Championship. The most successful factions often had multiple champions at the same time, including the Judgment Day, the Four Horsemen, Evolution, and the Bloodline. Number 5. Personal protection for the new tribal chief. Solo Sikoa mentioned part of the reason he wanted Jacob Fatu to relinquish his title was so Fatu could be his personal protector and enforcer. It's akin to a king having a trusted knight as a bodyguard or the Secret Service protecting a sitting president. The bodyguard is usually the last line of defense for a valued target. Sikoa wants to set Fatu at his opponents first so he can soften them up. Sending Fatu at enemies also weakens him if he ever thinks about a potential betrayal. Sikoa was the enforcer of the original Bloodline, and he turned on his tribal chief. He doesn't want history to repeat itself.